Hello everybody, Devin here again, and today I have a very special helmet for you because there's not a lot of these out there, and if you want to find one, you're going to find one that's either really beat up, or it's a size that nobody can wear for the most part, or it's going to be a copy. So, what you see in front of you here is probably one of the oddest, but one of the best, and probably one of the most scientific helmets to come out of the early 21st century. And that would be the Crye Precision airframe. Now, how you get the airframe is you don't get it with the night vision mount, you don't get it with the rails, you get it with 8 pads, kind of like an ACH. So, but the same exact setup, except instead of the big circular crown pad, it's replaced by 2 of the small rectangle ones. So you get 2 trapezoid pads and 6 of the little rectangle pads. So, but this helmet is actually, it's not made out of Kevlar. It's made out of a combination of carbon fiber and other ballistic materials that they've kept very secret, as well as their resin mixture is very secret. These are very hard to do research on because there's not a lot out there, because these are really used by a lot of the tier 1 special forces, and they are incredibly hard to find. They do sell 3A Kevlar versions of these on their website, but this is the generation 1, the one that like Delta Force uses and everything like that, whereas the Green Berets use these as well, whereas the Navy has tended to go more towards the Ops Corps side of the spectrum, so the one-piece design. This helmet is actually built in 2 pieces, which eases manufacture, because the military, when they make a helmet, they overlap tons of layers of Kevlar in a big kind of bowl shape, and there's more to go wrong. It's harder to maintain that shape as you stretch that Kevlar and everything like that and form it into the actual helmet shape. So they throw out a lot of failed helmets because Kevlar fibers will start to become too thin, or they'll fray and everything actually in the resin as they're forming the helmet and stretching the Kevlar to shape. So by simplifying the design and cutting the shell in half and having this overlapping design, they've eased the manufacturing process in doing that. So that is kind of the step 1 into making this one of the more scientific helmets in use today. They do have, I do wish they had for more of the Ops Corps style rails. This is an Ops Corps style rail technically, but I wish it was just like the actual Ops Corps ones that has the rails down here as well, instead of just this goggle clip point. But I see why they kind of had to do this to account for this overlap. So, but the second point that makes this helmet actually very good for what it does is it has a really aggressive slope. So, and that really aggressive slope allows it to have a higher tendency to bounce fragments and shells and rounds and everything like that, as well as providing all of your normal bump protection you would get from any other fast helmet. The third part, and probably the best part of this helmet, is the actual overlap of these shells. The back is smaller and designed to fit into the front half of the helmet by about a 1.5 inch overlap. And what that does is, instead of having a solid shell, it leaves this kind of 1/4 inch gap between the shells, which in the event of a blast allows the pressure to escape the helmet. So it helps negate pressure on your head, which makes this a very good helmet for halo jumping and everything like that, because it allows the air to pass through the helmet. It's also very good in hot weather climates because it vents easier. So it's probably a little bit colder in cold weather, but if you dress appropriately, I'm sure this would work fine in cold weather as well. Now, this is a size large, and these are, like I said, incredibly hard to find, especially the Gen 1s. And I got this way back in 2011, and it cost a lot of money. So, and there you can see the overlap. This is the back of the helmet. So it's a very odd shape if you look at it from the top. Now, I didn't want to take the rails off of it because the suspension and everything I have in there is very annoying to take out and adjust, because it's mostly one piece. So, but this helmet is it's not round or egg shaped like most normal helmets. It's kind of acorn shaped, which is a little odd, I thought, but apparently it helped with the shell. Now the shell, as you can see, it's technically not smooth. It's technically a granulated texture, but it's not as granulated as like an ACH. And the reason behind that is because instead of using granulated shells, they use powdered walnut shells instead of granulated walnut shells. So it does a very good job of taking the shine off the helmet, but it's not so bumpy as the part where it's hard to get a cover on. So, and I have a cover for it, and I have both versions of the cover. But we'll take a look at the cover here now. And the cover is a nylon mesh, little Velcro attachment points. This is one I have not installed yet. The old one I had got really kind of beat up and sun faded, so I bought another one, and I bought the one without the night vision mount because I have a 3-point night vision system. I'm just going to put over this instead of having to try it lay over the night vision, which kind of puts a lot of stress on the cover. So, but it's a pretty simple helmet. It's got paracord shells, so there's none of that white stuff in the center to make it puffy or round, but it's just kind of flat. It's not elastic or anything. It's just nylon, and it's a mesh instead of a solid, which is kind of weird, I thought, but it works. So, and it has this big vent hole here to accommodate the two-piece design and everything like that. It's very well thought out. So large. So it says Crye Precision, and this is a ACCHC9 type shell cover. So, which is the correct one for this shell. So, but we'll take a look at the inside, and this is not the normal inside. I have the Team Wendy Epic helmet liner in here because it's a little bit more comfortable than the pads that come in it, because I don't like the ACH style pads. So what this is it's a 1/2-inch pad that's got little air vents in it, but it's all one piece, and it kind of spider webs out, but it's all connected. And then you have these tiny like 1/4-inch adjustment pads on it, and the black ones are actual pads, and these ones are kind of a stickier foam. And what that does is it keeps the helmet from moving around on your head. So, and I also took the normal, because OpsCore merged with Gentex, and this originally came with a OpsCore type H-nape chin strap, and I replaced it with Team Wendy drop-in ratchet boa chin strap. So that helps with the night vision because you can adjust it so it'll grip your head a little better, as well as these Team Wendy anti slide pads, anti-slip pads in there, and make this a very, very stable, very, very comfortable helmet, especially with the temperature regulating at the top. And this liner I like better because instead of having just that exposed upper shell, especially where I live where it's colder, having just a little bit of enclosement like this still allows for good ventilation, but not all of your heat to escape, especially in the winter. So, and we'll take a look at the stamp inside here, so you can tell it's not one of those fake ones. I don't know if you could see down in there, but this liner's pretty hard to adjust. There you go. You can see the Crye Precision logo under there. They put a sticker right over it, one of the little Velcro discs right over it. And I don't want to pull it off because that sticker is just one of those little paper ones. So I'm afraid that if I pull the Velcro disc off, it's just going to pull half the sticker away from it, and I won't be able to read it anyways. But this is, you can see the Crye Precision logo, and under it, it says Crye Precision, and it says made in the USA, but the made is blocked out, and then it has some lot numbers, and this is number, I think it's like something, I don't know how many numbers are there, but the ones that you can see are 5, 2, 8, and 5. So, but as you can see, it's not Kevlar. It has a different weave. It has like a diamond weave like carbon fiber does. There may very well be carbon fiber in it. They're very technical on keeping their mixture of how they do stuff very hush-hush, how these helmets are made. So I've trying to figure out even what's close to it, and I have no idea. They're keeping it so it may be proprietary even, that only they know what it is. So but that'll pretty much cover the inside of that helmet. So but we'll compare it now to a standard ACH. And the ACH is in size large, and this is in size large. And as you can see, it's actually pretty close to a size large ACH. It's a lot wider than an ACH is, despite not having ears. But it does have ear attachments that you could clip into the rails. It also has like a big kind of Spartan helmet-esque face guard that also clips onto it. So this helmet is very scalable depending on your environment that you're going into, whereas the ACH isn't so much. I know there's like the revision mandible and stuff like that you can get, but it wasn't ever designed to have that. This ACH is just a Gentex one, so I don't even know if it'll take the revision stuff. But so we'll take a look at the comparisons of the liners here. Now, this allows you to get a very good view of the difference in the liners between the standard Army helmet and the Special Forces helmet, and how the shapes differ, everything like that. They are about the same thickness as far as shells go, but it's an all-around good helmet. It's under half the weight of the ACH as well, so that's also very, very good. I really like the Crye airframe. I wish I knew more about it so I could communicate that to you guys, but I just don't know, and it's so hard to do research on because of who uses these. So there's not a ton of them out there. If you really wanted to buy one, you can buy one directly from Crye Precision. You just have to fill out an ITAR thing, and you're only going to get the 3A one. I don't think they sell the Gen 1s like this so anymore. I know they have one that is made out of something that is comparable to this, and it's not the 3A one, but it's not as good as this one. The shell's a lot thinner, so you'll notice that if you do ever buy one, but then you really have to have a grand laying around to do that as well. So, and then if you want to get the rails for it and your own night vision stuff, it's a lot to invest into a Crye airframe to get one that looks this nice, the one that I have. So, but we'll pretty much wrap it up here, and we'll give you one last spin around of the airframe here to let you get a good look at it. So there's nothing out there like this, and it's incredibly innovative. So, and you see there's two little plastic spacers in there to hold the two shell pieces together. So, but yeah, it's probably one of the more comfortable helmets I have, and I really don't like the ACH style pads they put in it. So I recommend if you do get one, replace the liner. If I could jury rig like a suspension in there, like kind of like the British mesh crown suspension, that's the best thing I could think of for any helmet out there, really, is to replace it with a British helmet liner. So we'll pretty much leave it here, and hopefully you guys really like this. This is a helmet that it's very hard to find video on a real one, an actual one that like the actual Delta Force model. So hopefully you guys really enjoy this, and you know, you can find these airsoft versions out there that are plastic. You can find carbon fiber versions if you want to spend on one of the nice airsoft ones. But I thought you guys might want to look at one of the actual real ones. One of the really incredibly hard to find helmets here all over the world, let alone in the United States, despite how close we are to the manufacturers. And hopefully you guys enjoy that, and you like this video, and please leave a comment if you want to see anything else, or if you want any more information on this. I pretty much gave it all, but I'll see if I could find some more stuff. I'll do some more reading around if you have any questions like that. And till then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.